that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the Outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
But on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, we see you.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars, because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back, "Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you." I said, "Well, go talk to them. Find out what they want." And they came back, they go, "They want to talk to you."
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006, back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon 2011. Came out of there, I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got breaking news. You already know I bring you the content first. So apparently, the Pagans Motorcycle Clubhouse was raided this morning, and it has to do with the shooting that happened at the Outlaws Clubhouse. So this is a developing story, and I will bring you exclusive content and footage. This is a picture of the window that when they smashed it in when they were raiding the place. Here's another picture. I guess they busted down 2 doors. And that's the alleged clubhouse for the Pagans Motorcycle Club in North Carolina. And it is on 321. Route 321 is where it's located. I'm not sure the exact address, but there's new details coming in like all the time. So this is out of Lenoir. Police have confirmed that the SBI, I think that's the South Carolina Bureau of Investigation, has executed a search warrant at the Pagans Clubhouse along Highway 321. It looks like glass on both front doors is shattered, and police say they were assisting the SBI at the time, working to get more details. So then there was another update. There has been no arrest so far in connection with the search warrant. The SBI and deputies executed a search warrant at 4 a.m. this morning, and they were there on the scene until about 7:30 a.m. And we will let you know if there's any property that was seized or anything like that. I'm looking to get some more information, so I will definitely let you know. It's definitely in connection with the shooting that happened at the Outlaws Motorcycle Club when they were having a party and one of the members was killed. So I got a video to go along with that. You guys remember when this happened, people were like, how can you say it was the Pagans? Because we got some inside information that the people are not telling you. So let's get into it.
To WCNC Charlotte, want to turn back to that breaking story we've been following out of Catawba County this morning, where we have learned one person was killed, another fighting for their life in the hospital after a shooting at a bar. This all happening in Newton, as the police do confirm it happened just after 2 a.m. at the Outlaw Motorcycle Club on North Main Avenue. Want to bring in Major Aaron Turk to talk a little bit about this. He's with the Catawba County Sheriff's Office. And Major Turk, a very busy weekend and really past week there in Catawba County after that incident happened at the pool party with one person dying, 11 injured there. What can you tell us about this incident there at the motorcycle club?
Good morning. Our office has been called into assist in the police department. What I'm understanding is that a shooting occurred here at the Outlaws Motorcycle Clubhouse in the city of Newton. As you mentioned, one person unfortunately is deceased. Another has been hospitalized with injuries related to a shooting. We have the Sheriff's Office here, Hickory Police Department, Highway Patrol, the State Bureau of Investigation, and the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Bureau on site at this point.
Now, is it typical to have this amount of agencies sort of supporting with an investigation like this?
I would say it's atypical. We do believe this is gang-related between the Outlaws and perhaps another motorcycle gang. We encountered about 30 or so armed subjects when we arrived here this morning at the crime scene, and we are holding a tactical perimeter while the crime scene is being investigated by the ATF and the State Bureau of Investigation.
Now, as we talk about this incident, you said potentially gang-related. I know that you were investigating that pool party incident just 20 minutes away as also being a part of some potential gang initiation there. Do you think that these two incidents are related at this point?
No, they're not. Lindsay, what's going on? How are you? Bella, what's good? Good morning. Shout out to everybody out there that takes the time to watch this show. James, how are you? Thank you for joining me this morning. You guys are all great. We got 40 people in the house. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Exclusive content coming here first.
We don't. Both, we believe, are gang-related, but the types of gangs involved have stark contrast to one another. And we don't believe there's any direct connection or even any indirect connection either.
Had you all had any concerns about this particular motorcycle club in the past?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so you had potentially had some historical knowledge as to the possibility of gang activity at this location in the past. Is that what you're saying? I just want to clarify.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And at this point, anyone in custody, should people in the area be concerned?
No one is in custody at this point. I would say that there is some cause for concern in the general public.
So they put in the newspaper, there is no immediate threat to the public, and then the mayor, or who is this, a major, says there is cause for immediate concern. So what is it? In the newspaper, it says there is no danger to the immediate public. But this guy clearly says there is cause for concern.
Should there be further reprisals or other acts of violence between these motorcycle clubs?
Hey, Canada Biker News, what's going on, man? Shout out to you.
Occurs out in public.
All right, Major Aaron Turk taking a little time for us after a very busy past week. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
Continuing to follow breaking news in Catawba County. One person is dead and another was severely injured in a Newton shooting. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Tradisha Woodard. Early Sunday morning, police responded to the scene on North Main Avenue. This coming after 1 week after a deadly house party shooting in Hickory. WCNC Charlotte's Bria Smith has more on what neighbors describe as abruptly awakening.
It sounds like bombs dropping. Like 20 to 30, like boom, 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 boom.
It was 20 to 30. So this was like an exchange of gunfire that happened at the Outlaws Motorcycle Clubhouse. and they were having a party at the time, and apparently the police were watching the situation unfold. They were across the street with surveillance and cameras, and they were right there watching the whole thing. And apparently there was someone on the roof, and they were shooting back at the person that was shooting at the clubhouse. 2 people were hit. The fence was hit, a bunch of the building was hit, but there was 2 people struck. 1 person died, and the other person was wounded. So, I mean, this is a crazy situation. And people were like, how do you know it's them? Well, they said it on the radio. The dispatcher said it. The police already knew who it was. So if you're just joining us, the police raided the Pagans Motorcycle Clubhouse in regards to the shooting at the Outlaws Clubhouse a couple weeks ago. We don't know if anyone's in custody yet, but they raided it at 4 this morning. 4 a.m. They didn't leave till 7:30, and I will get you information on what they took out of there soon. And if there's any arrests, I will definitely let you know.
It was early Sunday morning when neighbors like Laina Wilson and her daughter Nashandri woke up to loud noises ringing through their house.
Downstairs to my son, and I said, did you hear that? And he said, yeah, it sounded like, gunshots. And he was like, well, I should call the police. And I was like, I don't know, just make sure that it was, maybe somebody was doing firecrackers.
Outlaw, okay, what's up? What's going on, Outlaw? I think the cops perpetrate this type of shit. I think they instigate it. They want things to happen like this. Police are pretty evil.
And then this morning I got up and all the police presence was here.
Newton Police Department.
Now, you can't believe nothing they say.
Along with other local agencies, responded to the Outlaw Motorcycle Clubhouse, where they say the shooting took place.
We are holding a tactical perimeter while the crime scene is being investigated by the ATF and the State Bureau of Investigation.
The incident is believed by law enforcement to be gang-related, but separate from the Hickory mass shooting that took place 1 week ago.
We do believe this is gang-related between the Outlaws and perhaps another motorcycle gang. We encountered about 30 or so armed subjects when we arrived here this morning at the crime scene.
Wilson says aside from a little commotion down the street, the neighborhood is relatively safe.
Usually lovely and quiet. Yeah, quiet.
They definitely do that, Ja. 100%. They stir the pot. They want nothing more than for a big biker war to break off. And then they could just arrest everybody. I mean, you're right, James. The cops are the biggest gang out there. They were witnessing the whole thing. They could have stopped it. They didn't stop it. They don't care. They probably have the whole thing on video. They know who's behind this. And they're probably the ones who instigated the situation. Who knows? Maybe they sent an informant in there saying, oh, the Outlaws are out to get you guys, or whatever they do, That's the type of shit they do.
We got the high school down the street, so it's quiet neighborhood, nice neighborhood.
Still, law enforcement does want nearby residents to be aware.
No one is in custody at this point. I would say that there is some cause for concern in the general public.
So you hear that? There is cause for concern, but clearly they said there wasn't when this first happened.
Should there be further reprisals or other acts of violence between these motorcycle clubs?
2 gunshot victims were taken to the Catawba Valley Medical Center, where one succumbed to their injuries, while the other was later transported to Atrium Health Medical Center. No suspects or victims have yet been identified.
So that was apparent. I think his name was Menace from the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. Rest in peace to him. This is all senseless violence. It is something that doesn't need to happen. None of this needs to happen. These people don't need to die. Says police are looking into rival motorcycle club after Outlaws Clubhouse shooting. Newton, North Carolina. Police say at least 36 bullets were fired outside the Outlaws Motorcycle Clubhouse in Newton over the weekend. But they are not getting a lot of cooperation from the Outlaws. Of course they're not. They learned that none of the members have agreed to do interviews after the deadly shooting. Of course not. Why would they do an interview? Hell no, they ain't going to do an interview. They increased their patrols near the clubhouse after the shooting. Well, they couldn't increase it before the shooting. They were across the street. It says one neighbor shows us where the round shattered 2 windows in her home along North Main Avenue. More than 12 hours on Sunday, police collected evidence near the clubhouse. 2 members were shot. Someone said, I pray for the families. The motorcycle club has been down here for several years and we never had any problems. So this person says they never had any problems. But the major over there goes on here and says they've had nothing but problems with them. They've had some incidences. This person lives there. They're the person that lives next door to the clubhouse says there was never any problems there. Police say they're looking into whether a rival motorcycle club was possibly involved in the shooting. Well, they know. They know who's involved in the shooting. They were across the street. They witnessed the shooting. They had surveillance set up across the street. Investigators confirmed there was an exchange of gunfire and some shell casings were collected and found on top of the roof. Newton Police Chief said that they're not getting any cooperation from the Outlaws and they're still trying to interview people. They could see the Outlaws from across the street in Southwest over the weekend, including members from Florida, Tennessee. Police said the Newton chapter, where the shooting happened, was celebrating its 23rd anniversary in town. Police said Jordan Cassell was killed in the shooting. I believe that was a.k.a. Menace. And rest in peace to him. Investigators said they executed search warrant on video seized from the clubhouse. So there's definitely footage of this situation. And the police have it. They're not going to give it to the public. Otherwise, I would try to get it for you guys. But if you guys are just joining us, there's been a raid on the Pagans motorcycle clubhouse in North Carolina. Let me see if I have the dispatch audio. And the police knew who did this right when it happened. They knew.
213.
Go ahead.
1605 North Main Avenue. 1605 North Main Avenue. It's going to be Outlaws. Shots fired. Per county, at least one person hit.
10-4 on 18. Right. 4-0.
7-10.
15th at East Side. Do you know if there's shots still going on?
I don't have that information at this time. County called that in and said they got EMS en route. I'm on the phone with someone now who's saying a gray Suburban just took off from that area moments before. Trying to get more information.
10-4. 13 coming out 23. 14 coming 23.
Per person on scene, CPR is in progress. 2 victims, one to the throat, one to the arm.
What?
Sierra 11 FA HP Newton, special attention to common surrounding reference officer safety. Attempt to locate a suspect vehicle from a shooting incident that occurred at the Outlaw Clubhouse in Newton. Suspect vehicle is a gray or silver Chevrolet Suburban. Last seen traveling northbound on NC Highway 16 Business in Newton. Unknown number of occupants, but several shots were fired with injuries sustained. Use extreme caution if interacting with a vehicle matching this description. It's possibly conducted by rival motorcycle club, the Pagans.
You hear that? She wanted to say gang.
It's possibly conducted by rival motorcycle club, the Pagans. 30 Catawba County Sheriff's Office. Station clear.
They know exactly who was behind this. I believe the cops probably instigated this whole thing. Let me say allegedly, right?
Business in Newton. Unknown number of occupants, but several shots were fired with injuries sustained. Use extreme caution if interacting with a vehicle matching this description. It's possibly conducted by rival motorcycle gang club, the Pagans. 30 Catawba County Sheriff's Office. Station clear.
Eaton Fire Agent 2 staged in an area for a gunshot wound, 1605 North Main Avenue. 1605 North Main Avenue, staged in the area, gunshot wound to the abdomen. Patient's possibly not breathing. 210.
Newton Engine 2, Medic 3, believe it's going to be a cardiac. Still staging area, we got Newton PD en route to it.
Figure Fire 19 Engine 2, Medic 3, scene is secure. Give me 2 gunshot wounds, 1 to the arm, 1 to the chest or throat area.
So they knew exactly who was behind this. I believe they probably stirred the pot. Hey, what's going on? Snap. What's good? Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate all you guys. So if you guys don't know, there was other breaking news over the weekend where a Mongol stabbed a Hell's Angel. The Hell's Angel is fighting for his life. His name is William Romer. And he is in the hospital right now fighting for his life. They were on a work site and they must have recognized one another. And things happen. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a special about that situation. And I'm going to show you the work site where it happened. I was the one to break the story. And I'm going to show you some exclusive content. This is where it happened, the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. It's a huge place. So this place is huge, right? These guys just so happen to be in the same exact spot. And then a fight breaks out. Boom. And this situation happens. Look how big this place is. It's like really big. Huge. I mean, this is only a little tiny piece of it. Now this guy's in jail, unless he bonded out. But he's in jail, waiting to go to court, and the other guys on the left is fighting for his life, all for senseless violence for no reason. Now they both destroyed their whole lives, and what do they have to show for it? Nothing. It's senseless. So coming up tonight, I have an ex-Chingaling. Shout out to Flair in the chair. He tells me his story. It's an incredible story. You guys don't want to miss this interview. It is really good. Shout out to Flair. Former Chingaling tells me his story. It's an 8-part interview. If you want to see exclusive footage, just join the membership and you'll be able to see exclusive footage. And if you guys were around last night, we broke another story and we had people, someone on the ground when this happened. There was a fire out in Idaho where they suspected that it was this man, the guy that unalived his 3 daughters. But they didn't know if it was him or not. He was been hiding out in the woods. So what happened was yesterday the fire started maybe around 12 o'clock. Shots were fired as the fire department went up there to put out the fire. Shots were fired at them. A bunch of firefighters were shot. 2 of them unalived. And I had someone on the scene giving me information as it came in. Here's pictures of the fire. The SWAT team, the ATF, there were tanks down there, everything. We got video from the scene. I did a live yesterday with this guy, Rick. Shout out to Rick. Thank you for the information. Got a couple videos. That's the life flight that firefighters were transported in after they were hit. Here's the news setting up. So it's a pretty crazy situation. Go check out the live I did yesterday.
Started at the first shots rang out at 1:50 today.
So you said 7 people were shot?
7 people were shot. Here's a crazy thing. They have the Forest Service out here. The wildland firefighters can't even get to work. They can't even get to work and put the fire out because this guy's up there shooting at them. They have the Forest Service out here. The wildland firefighters can't even get to work. They can't even get to work and put the fire out because this guy's up.
They suspect that it's this guy, the guy who killed his 3 daughters, right?
That's a possibility. They said it's him or it's a terrorist attack.
So this is breaking news. This is so this guy was last seen in that area, right?
Somewhere around there, Walla Walla, I think.
Repo was good, man.
I don't want to say anything that's not true, but it's a very high possibility.
Shout out to Repo. Where's Repo at? Literally rode by there on Saturday with the old lady. Oh, by where this situation happened? With the fire? Repo Rod. Shout out to Repo Rod. You're going to see Repo in a bunch of up-and-coming documentaries. There's some big things in the works, people. You guys are going to be like, holy shit. So strap on your seatbelt. It's about to be a wild ride. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend. Give you 5 minutes. All right. Wasn't Decker not seen in our area? Decker is or was 3 hours away. Who knows? He could be in that area 3 hours away. He could have walked there in a day, you know. It's QB Joe. What's going on, man? Yeah, Bill, this is QB Joe. That was yesterday in my town. Yeah, that's crazy. Hardwire, what's going on? If you guys are just joining us, there has been a raid at the Pagans Motorcycle Clubhouse in North Carolina. They raided at 4 o'clock this morning, and the police were there until 7 a.m. They busted 2 of the front windows at the clubhouse. It's in regards to the Outlaws Motorcycle Club shooting, and we will have more information as it comes along. Nobody was arrested as of yet. But I will let you know right when the information breaks. So, the other case that happened with the Mongol and the Outlaw, or the Mongol and the Hells Angel, is a wild story. The Story Sheriff's County office responded to a call today regarding a stabbing that took place at the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. And I showed you guys, it's a sprawling place. Like, it's so big. Look how big it is. This is satellite footage of how big it is. And to have these guys just be in the same place at that exact moment is unreal. I mean, look how big this place is. So they were both going to work, right? According to the release, deputies arrived at the job site and found a man identified as Ricky Dubach. So Ricky Dubach is this guy on the right. This is him. He was a member of the Mongols Motorcycle Club. He was covered in blood, carrying a spring-loaded knife, and he was immediately arrested. The second man, William Romer, that's this guy on the left. He is a member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, and these guys are out of Nevada. He was found with life-threatening injuries he had allegedly sustained during a fight. Romer was transported to the hospital, and he's listed in critical condition. He is still in the hospital right now fighting for his life. During the investigation, deputies learned that Dubach was the primary aggressor in the fight, in which appeared to be related to both men being members of motorcycle gangs, it says. So this has to do with them being involved with the motorcycle clubs. And it's crazy. You're going to work, and this is the stuff you got to deal with. Deputies say a bystander was also stabbed during the fight. Maybe he was trying to pull the dude off, and maybe he got cut unintentionally. Who knows? But a bystander was injured too. His injuries were not life-threatening, and he was treated at a local hospital. Dubach was booked into the Story County Detention Facility on charges of attempted murder and use of a deadly weapon motivated by hatred or bias towards the victim, mayhem with use of a deadly weapon, batteries resulting in substantial bodily harm, with use of a weapon with battery with intent to kill. And his bond is, I think, $185,000. So it's a crazy situation. That one's developing too. So I'll let you know exactly what's happening when it happens. HA and the Mongols will never get along. I don't think so either. I already sent it to you, Repo. Let's see here. Hey, Repo Roddenhouse.
And we are, buddy. What's happening?
What's going on, man?
Not much, not much.
So what are your thoughts on the situation that's going on with the Hells Angels and the Mongol out in the work site, the stabbing?
My thing is, shit's gonna set off, man. It's been too long. It's been quiet too long, and I don't know. We used to get along at times while you were working, or whether you was jammed up, whatever. But that only went so far, Bill.
Yeah, but so when you're at work or you're out with your family, you're supposed to be off limits, right?
I don't know about off limits. It depends on the situation, but you shouldn't take something up with a man's family in there. That's for sure.
I mean, it happens, right? I mean, people are out with their families sometimes, and,
It happens.
and things happen.
It happens for sure.
I thought homes and work were off limits, Chris says. HA gets along with no one because their egos are so big they can't fit in a room along with anyone else. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, that's about right.
That's what Hardwire says. He says they got to be the big dogs on the playground.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, what's going on?
I don't think they're the big dog anymore, man. They're not the big dog anymore.
Well, don't worry, Outlaw. We're going to take care of that situation. We got something coming, breaking about that. Don't worry. That's coming. So what are your thoughts about this situation with the Outlaws and the Pagans down there in North Carolina?
I think you're going to see a lot more coming through the summer months and moving forward. But I as I've said it before many a time, podcasts and episodes on Vice and stuff. I think the Pagans are, through the leadership of Conan when he was there and his way of conducting that club, I think they are the premier, largest, most dominant 1% club out on the street right now.
Yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with. Before, they used to just be a tight-knit, exclusive club. Like, you couldn't get near them type of guys.
They were a force to be reckoned with for as long as I can remember, you know?
No, I'm not saying that they weren't a force to be reckoned with, but they were a elite group of guys. They were a small group,
They
but
were very
they wanted
tight-knit.
quality people, right? Back in the day,
Yeah.
they wanted quality.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of quality coming out of them with the new leadership, the new national SA. He's a lot of people will come on the air, and I give credit to every single 1% club, old school ways, and the way they run their organization. You know, with the guys that are up in there and Conan getting Hellboy back in there. That was one of, in my own eyes, one of the most positive things that he has done for that club. Because Hellboy, I think the last time I saw him, I'm going to say like, was 4 years ago, maybe something like that. He was at a funeral. We both were friends with a guy that had a trucking company that passed away over in Jamesburg, New Jersey, and I sat at another table adjacent to him. And I knew of him. I'd seen him growing up over the years and living in New Jersey at that time for many years. And people want to sit there and say he's a loaded gun to go off at any time. Nah, he's a 1%er, man, that gets shit done and does it the old school ways and doesn't take any shit and will help to lead that organization in the proper direction that it needs to go to be. And the number one outlaw club across the United States and probably abroad.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are understanding what the clubs are about. Like, they think that these guys are just violent heathens, and they're just people. They're just people. Some of them maybe make mistakes here and there, but I honestly don't think that they're just a criminal enterprise that's looking to cause destruction and mayhem everywhere.
No, man, the 1% world is a world of its own, Bill. You know, and you know, I'm out of it now, but I still have a lot of friends on a lot of different fronts and quite a few different 1% outlaw motorcycle clubs, and I see it, you know, from being around it for over 30 years. I see the Pagans. They are the number one club out there on the street now, and people can dispute it, whatever they want to do. I'm sorry to see that Conan isn't able to continue being the leader at this time of it, because a lot didn't agree with him, a lot did, but he has brought that club greatness. And Hellboy being a member again, back reinstated, is only going to just build that club's strength to new levels that I think so many other clubs have not seen and should pay close attention to.
That's unheard of, to get brought back from being out like that. Right?
I don't know about it being, it's not unheard of.
Very rare. Very rare.
I think that was bullshit of them. It was bullshit for them to put him out for what he did. But again, I'm not in that club, so it's not my call. But I'm just happy to see that some of the last moves Conan made prior to stepping aside, were reinstating him, because that club needs leadership and strength and direction. Not that they don't have it, but they need the old school guys that just get shit done. Not the
Yeah,
ones
but
that talk about getting it done.
with expansion, they have to worry about informants going in their club and just trying to destroy it from within, you know?
Yeah.
So,
All clubs have informants.
100%. Every single club out there does. Even law enforcement clubs, they're all informants, right?
They're
Every
really
member of a
dropping
law
out on you.
enforcement club. So, Biker News Canada says you shouldn't have to die for your patch you wear. It's BS. I agree with you. Miklo, what's going on, man? Shout out to Miklo. It's not the MC, our criminal. His BS system of dominance, blessings, imposed protocol, territory enforced by violence. Only way forward is universal etiquette and respect. 100% agree with you. I know you have to respect everyone that's around you, whether you don't like them or not. I mean, definitely violence and all this shit that's going on is not the way to go, man. It's not that MCs are criminals. Yo.
There we go, buddy.
Shout out to Miklo. Go check out his
back
book.
with you.
Yeah. Go check out Miklo's book. The Spirit of the
Yeah. Give me a minute. I gotta get these hooked back up.
Go check out Miklo's book. Go buy it now. I'll put a link in the description of this video. A lot of people have bought that book. Let me see. Oh, I lost him again. Well, if you guys are just joining us, the problem is everyone's club is the best. And for some reason, no one can just respect that it's a difference of opinion instead of fighting over it 100%. Definitely check out Canada Biker News book too. One Night in the Playpen. I'll put a link in the description for that one too. What the hell? I gotta find that shit. Let's see. I know I got it. That one's either Pee Wee's or Biker News Canada. I'm gonna share both of them. But go check out these books. They're really good reads. You guys will not be disappointed. I sent you the book. Yes, you did. It's right over there. I can go get it and show. Yeah, I got the book. Hold on, let me get the book. It's in my book cabinet, man. Hold on. There, you guys listen to this.
213.
Go ahead.
1605 North Main Avenue. 1605 North Main Avenue. It's going to be Outlaws. Shots fired. Per county, at least one person hit.
10-4 on 18.
They were 40 right.
7 same.
15th at East Lane. Do you know if there's shots still going on?
I don't have that information at this time. County called that in and said they already got EMS en route. I'm on the phone with someone now who's saying a gray Suburban just took off from that.
Go check out this book, One Night at the Playpen. Shout out to Biker News Canada. Check out Miklo's book. Go check out Pee Wee's book. They're all great reads. You guys will not be disappointed. All right, we got Repo back. Yo.
Hey.
Yeah, you there? Get Out Your Feelings says, so IG,
There we
the
go.
Casper Colors was regular thing? LOL. You there? Can you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Get Out Your Feelings
I can
says,
hear you.
so IG Casper Colors was a regular thing? LOL.
Let me move.
You can't hear me.
Hang on.
I don't really know about that, but if you watch my interviews that I do, people have talked about that before. Popcorn has talked about that. Hollywood's books are pretty good too. Powerful Betrayal Brotherhood. Yeah, I don't know any of that, man. I don't know nothing about that. Shout out to Miklo. He is a great guy. Thanks, Bill. Much love, brother. No
James
problem.
got a good one out too.
I got something in the works, man. You guys are gonna love it.
What do you got in the works?
Now we got to talk after this, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I can't spill the beans. Can't spill the beans on here. So when's the next episode dropping with you?
Oh, July 2nd, 9 p.m. on Vice TV.
July 2nd, 9 p.m. That's a couple days, man.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
Yep. It's Tuesday or Wednesday. I might be wrong. Check it out. Check their
It's
scheduling.
Wednesday.
It might be July 1st or it's July 1st or 2nd at 9 p.m. United Gangs of America.
It might be Tuesday. Tuesday's usually the day they do it.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably the 1st. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, yeah.
Mountain Woman, how are you?
8 more. Hey,
8
Mountain
more?
Woman in there, huh?
You're gonna be
8
on
more shows.
8 more.
I did a total of 10 shows with them.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some great things in the works. People are going to be quite surprised when they see what's going on. If you're just joining me, the Pagans Clubhouse was raided this morning at 4 a.m. Both front windows or doors were smashed in, and no arrests have been made. They were there till around 7, and I will bring you information as it comes in.
Well, there's a picture of a motorcycle in front. They probably could have knocked on the door and said, we have a warrant. And the guy would have opened it. They didn't have to destroy their shit.
Probably. I mean, that's what they do. They do that all the time to,
They want the dramatics of that photo opportunity where we had to storm it and break through the door.
Yeah, with the SWAT team and their shields and everything.
Yeah.
They could have just knocked on the door. They would have just opened it. No problem.
They probably rolled up in like 10 armored vehicles, bulletproof shields.
That's like what they did to the Beast Motorcycle Club out there in Texas. Crazy. They had this big tank. They smashed a hole right through the wall. And they didn't find anything.
No.
And I guess when they do raids like that, they don't.
Oh, they're going to pay.
They don't pay.
No.
But you got to sue the town or something to get the money.
HA sued a few times when clubhouses got raided and destruction was done by law enforcement that was found to be unjustified.
It's crazy. Yeah, but it takes a long time to get.
It takes a long time. A long time and a lot of money to get your money.
Yeah, like, so who's got time for all that to sit around and sue people and wait for their money, you know?
The big clubs do.
I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
they make a lot of money. I mean, all them people paying dues, it's a lot of
Oh yeah.
money. So I got to clarify one thing, because a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of these documentaries are saying, oh, the pagans have a chapter in every state. That's not true. That's not true. They do not have a chapter in a couple different states. There's not one in Connecticut. Members ride through here, but there's definitely not a chapter in Connecticut. There's not one in, is it Maine?
Well, I
I
can
don't
tell you
know.
one thing, Bill. If there isn't, I'm sure there soon will be.
Probably.
Oh, I bet you.
Texas is a hard one for them to establish, right? But they're out there. They're in Texas.
They're out there. They're out there.
Yeah, they are spreading pretty rapidly.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you ever see a motorcycle club expand like that? When you were involved with the Hells Angels, they were expanding pretty rapidly at that time, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But expansion also isn't always a positive thing. You know, I know a couple charters, they moved down into the more southern region, tried to open up down there. Shit wasn't going right, and the East Coast wound up shutting them down abruptly. And some guys got the asses whooped and thrown out over it. But I just, I can't say anything but more respect to the 16 nation for doing shit the way they're doing it, and I know my phone was cutting out over there, but my eyes of downfall is Conan not being able to be back there. Who's to say he might not ever come back, but maybe he will. But the positive moves he made was getting Hellboy back in there. The guy that's the national now are absolute 300% positives for the Pagan Nation.
Nobody announced themselves. Nobody likes to fix. Use tanks on our. They use tanks on yours, on the Outlaws up in Canada. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to So Loud. Thank you for joining me today. The door was fire code violation. Outlaw said. Well, they don't have to worry about it now.
Nah.
Biker
Stick
News
a new glass
Canada
in it and
says
keep going.
send Vice to Canada. Hey, they didn't. I didn't track them. They came to me. So I don't know. Make sure you go check out the Vice episode that me and Repo are a part of. It's almost at 3 million views. You believe that shit?
Oh yeah. Yep.
3 million.
But there's a lot. There's so many other positives that have come from it. And different venues ahead that are stemming from these episodes, and it's a good thing.
Definitely is.
Yep.
Just got to keep grinding, man. Keep progressing,
every day,
moving forward.
Every day.
Definitely.
I know. So I've been told that Conan and a few others watch your podcast, mine. Shout out to Conan for always keeping it real, brother. Respect to you, respect to Gorilla, and awesome respect coming to Hellboy. I hope he truly lives up to his name, because after getting shit on, you kind of get a new perspective on how to handle things. Not that he didn't have a good one before, but he's back right where he needed to be, and who knows, maybe one day he's gonna be the top dog.
Who knows? Not my dogs, not my fight, man. I don't know nothing about it. So there was a crazy accident in Connecticut yesterday. I believe it was 2 or 3 or 4 motorcycles crashed. It's a
Were you
crazy
out there riding your
situation.
moped again?
Yeah. But some people got really hurt, man. One guy hit a deer and was killed out here.
Oh yeah.
There's
one like 5-6 years ago. Guy hit a bear.
Where?
Lord, I think it was someplace up in western Pennsylvania. Ran into a bear, man. He was dead. The outcome was he died in the accident, but
all right, here's
and no
what it
bear
says.
meat was recovered.
It says serious injuries reported after motorcycle crash in South Windsor. Serious injuries reported after motorcycle crash on Friday evening. Police said it happened in the area of Buckland Road and Deming Street. Motorcycle operator was transported to the hospital for treatment, and they're reconstructing the scene. Another one says a motorcyclist killed after striking a deer and getting hit by a car. So it hit a deer, got thrown off the bike into another car, man. In Bethany, Connecticut, they responded to a serious motorcycle crash on Wooding Hill Road near the intersection of Litchfield Turnpike around 9 p.m. Police said Philip Labonte, 37, was traveling north on Route 39 when he crashed into a deer. He was separated from his motorcycle and struck a car while laying on the roadway. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Crazy, man. Now here's another one. Accident involving motorcycle causes chain reaction crash in Lisbon. It's constant. Motorcycle crashes like every day. So if you're riding a motorcycle, be aware of your surroundings. If you're driving in a car, watch out for motorcycles, because one wrong move, one quick turn, and someone's dead. Says a collision involving a motorcycle and car resulted in damage of 3 other vehicles in Lisbon on Tuesday. A Nissan Rogue was making a left turn onto River Road into a service station when a motorcycle tried to pass it and collided with the Nissan. The motorcyclist flew from his bike as it continued and crashed into 3 unoccupied parked cars in the service area. Police said the motorcyclist was transported to the hospital with serious injuries. The passenger of the Nissan were hospitalized with minor injuries. River Road was closed as police conducted an investigation. These crashes keep happening.
Oh yeah, it's that time of the year. Everybody's out on the bikes. People aren't watching.
Another one, 53-year-old man was killed when his motorcycle crashed in Middletown on Saturday evening. He hit a light pole.
You'll hear a lot of them coming up when everybody's out in Sturgis here soon.
Yeah, they just had what's it called? The one in what is it, New Hampshire? Laconia. I was gonna go up there, but
I'll see you out in Sturgis.
Listen, I had a job out there. I was supposed to DJ at a strip club in Sturgis one year.
Yeah.
But I ended up leaving Minneapolis before the job came, so. But I was supposed to go. So about 6 years parole, no help from the club, I think. Repo, you did a show about having 6 years parole, no help from the club. The guy I knew got out after 6 years and asked for his dues for all the years. Yeah, he's in the intro. You had 6 years to walk off with no help from the club. Remember?
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Fuck the Hells
We're gonna show
Angels.
the fake Temu patch kits. They have one for every club out there. Yeah, it's crazy, the Temu shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy any patch. Any patch you want, you can buy it.
I wouldn't suggest it.
No, not to anyone.
Not suggest it.
Don't do that.
Don't even buy them and put them up on your wall as a novelty.
No. So I got an interview with former Chingaling vice president. He was the vice president of the Chingalings. He got into a crazy motorcycle accident. He's paralyzed. He's in a wheelchair. And he told me his story. That one drops tonight. You don't want to miss it. Shout out to Flair in the chair. You guys are going to be amazed when you hear his story. It's incredible. It really is probably one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. So what you got going on today, man?
I was just going to tell you, man, I got to jump out of here. I got a couple people I'm getting together with today. Former 1%ers from different clubs. We're all going to have breakfast. Well, lunch anyway.
Brunch.
Brunch.
Speaking of Temu bikers, I got a show coming up this week featuring these guys, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And we're going to go over their arrest at the Black Lives Matter protest a couple years ago. I got some exclusive footage for you guys. You guys don't want to miss this one. It's going to be funny. But thank you for joining me today, Rod. I appreciate it, man.
Check out the Vice episode coming up. I think it's Tuesday night, 9 p.m.
I'll call you later, bro. I'll call you later.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Everybody, peace. Take care.
Man. Later. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you guys want to help out the show, you can donate at Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. And if you want to tell your story on Chattin with Staxx, hit up my email at billstags2021@gmail.com. Join the membership so you can see exclusive content. Flair in the Chair is tonight. And if you haven't watched Maddie from the W Number podcast, that one dropped yesterday, part 5. Go watch those episodes. And there's a lot of content on the way. I will bring you more information as it becomes available about all of these situations. And tonight, Flair in the Chair. It's a really crazy interview about an ex-Chingaling. He rose all the way to vice president. You guys will not be disappointed, I promise you. Join the membership. Go to Patreon. Check Patreon out. That's where you can see exclusive content that you cannot see on YouTube. I cannot post the videos that I post on Patreon on YouTube. Or I can't post them onto YouTube. I only can post them on Patreon because they're so graphic. All of that. So. But I appreciate you guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx. And I appreciate all you guys. Have a safe and healthy week. Happy Monday. If you guys like this show, hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, you already know what to do. Start your own fucking podcast. I appreciate everybody. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen